Hey there, today the moon continues in Libra. So we have day 3 now of working on these relationship issues and themes and focusing on balance and what it looks like to discover more about who we are through the process of relating to other people. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Wednesday, May 27th. And as we head into the day around 4-ish a.m. Pacific time on Wednesday, the moon forms that exact square to Jupiter that I was talking about yesterday. So maybe you'll be asleep if you're in my time zone and doing this work in your dreams, which is the way it works sometimes. But thinking about your own beliefs about caring and your needs and how your needs are going to be met and how that happens in relationship. So, opportunity to really have some breakthroughs and learning and growth around what it looks like to have your needs actually met. And so we believe, right? There's places where we tend to believe that our needs are not going to be met because of the nature of relationships where, it feels like your needs are in conflict with someone else, or they don't support you, or it just doesn't work out for whatever reason. But the breakthrough, the potential for that breakthrough is in recognizing how your needs can be met despite the circumstances. And I can't tell you the answer to that, but it's worth reflecting on, setting your intentions around, opening to maybe journaling about how could your needs be met in the context of the circumstances that are present, and specifically talking about related to other people and conflicts that may exist with other people. So again, I don't know what kind of issues you may have or what may be showing up for you, but the point is that there's this energy here that says, if you are opening your heart and mind to unconsidered possibilities, and we're going to be thinking more and more about this with Uranus in Gemini, is like, remember when we get into the unknown, we find solutions that didn't exist, or maybe they existed, but we didn't think of them. We couldn't think of them. So that's what we want to do. We want to think about how can we create the conditions to access those breakthroughs. So any places in your life where you experience a need to sort of hold back on your own needs, your own requests, your own self-care, and make compromises that aren't healthy for you because it feels like it's going to upset the apple cart or whatever, right? It just doesn't feel possible for whatever reason. Work with that. Like it feels like a brick wall, but how is that brick wall going to dissipate, dissolve, change, make way for a whole new way of thinking about something? And so I don't know if you'll have that kind of breakthrough, but my point is just that it's worth setting your intentions and opening your heart and mind, because you don't know. You don't know what might be out there that you haven't considered just yet, or what breakthrough might be available to you that you can't see from where you are because you're sitting in front of something. Like the image I see is that you're like sitting on a mountain and you can't see the sunset because there's trees in front of you, but of course the sunset is there. So that's what we want to do, is we want to shift our perspective so we can see the thing that is there that we just couldn't see. We have a trine to the Gemini Mercury, also potentially opening some doors to new thinking and communication that could come from who knows where, right? Maybe some new information will surface somehow. So anyway, that's all happening at night again. Like if you're in my time zone, maybe it'll be while you're asleep. But right, who knows? Okay, so anyway, then 5:53 p.m. the moon goes into Scorpio, diving into that deeper water sign, into the mystery, into the transformation, into a deeper place of truth, and ultimately having more power surface through some sort of process of letting go of death and rebirth. So you can step more fully into your power. And of course, in the context of relationships, since we're on the theme of relationships, deeper trust, deeper intimacy, all of that is possible in Scorpio. But again, we have to show up and do the work. So we got that Scorpio moon energy for the next couple of days. So stay tuned. We'll talk a little bit more about that. Thank you for being here. I am Marina Orms, and you can check out my membership program at transformationalastrology.com. Lots of great stuff there, some of it free, some of it available as a paid subscriber. And thanks for being here and subscribing to this YouTube channel. I am so excited to be here and so grateful for you. And I will see you next time with more astrology for unshakable self-care. Bye for now.